What up, bro?
What's up with it? What's happening?
What's happening?
Give me some news I can use, Playboy. What's going on?
Hey, we might be opening the world back up so we can get back to business.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. Shit, I've been stuck in this mud for a couple weeks, man. I'm getting stir crazy, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you know what it is, man. It's temporary, man. So you know, it'll be over in a second.
We're gonna let a few more people log on, then we're gonna jump into it.
All right, no doubt, man. Where you at? You out of
Indiana.
You in Indiana? You said? Why did I think you said when you sent me the post? I thought I was doing something with somebody in India and shit. I was like, man, he kind of look. He could be from India. Nah, not really. I was trying to put it together, but I thought you were gonna have an accent and all that, and you know,
right.
You know,
you're actually from the Midwest too, right?
Yeah, I was born in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. 19. I ain't gonna give you all that, but
we'll get into
I was born in early 70s. Early 70s. I'll leave it at that.
Well, this is Quarantine Sessions, episode number 12. I am with Catastrophe, aka.
Damn, y'all got 12 of these. Y'all already got 12 of these motherfuckers.
12.
Damn. I thought it was like the second one or something. Nice. Shit. I got all the info mixed up, but you know.
It's all good.
Yeah, we up on here, man. Tell a friend, man, tune in. We're gonna talk some shit, man.
For sure. From the Alkaholiks. In the early part of March, I was out in LA and I can feel the panic coming for the coronavirus. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to get home. Could you tell everybody what you were into and what you were doing when you got the news that you guys were on lockdown?
Shit, I moved to Vegas. That's why, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I moved to Vegas a while ago, and you know, I go to LA at least once a month. That's off top, but sometimes I go out there for a couple of weeks and shit. I got a place out there, a place out here, you know, go back and forth. But I'm centered in Vegas now, so you know, basically, I was at home chilling like everybody else. I heard the news, but you know, at first it started out we could still go out a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying, but just be careful. But when they put the clamp down, it reminded me of the riots and shit back in the, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. We had a curfew in LA.
Right.
And, you know, there's locking people up for this shit. Like, you know, you go try to visit your homeboy and wind up in somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
So how has it affected your day-to-day activities?
I mean, tell you the truth, man, I see some of my homeboys over here too. What's up, folks? You know what I mean? They tuning in. They starting to slowly but surely get up in here. But you said, what's my day-to-day, you said?
How has the coronavirus stopped your day-to-day activities?
Man, at first, well, see, I got this new app. I got this little app, and I ain't going to tell you the name of it because I want some money if I tell you the name of this app. But what they did was they fucked up because they made an app for people like me that I'm just an MC. Like, to tell you the truth, like a lot of the first albums and stuff that we did, like it was before technology, like 21 and over, and that album and everything, we, you know, Swift was the one with all the equipment and shit and everything. Like, well, first off, we lived together and everything, so he had the beat machines up and this and that. But what I used to do when I got my own shit and we moved, you know, so I got my own shit, I wasn't a technology dude. So before computers and shit, what I used to do, man, is I go to Target or somewhere or Kmart or whatever, and I buy a karaoke machine. And I take the karaoke machine, this back in the days of like cassette tapes and shit, right? So I would take the karaoke machine. I make sure it had a double cassette on it. You know what I'm saying? A double cassette, the two cassettes and all that. Kids, y'all probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But and it came with a microphone with it and everything. So we'll go to the studio. Swift I'm tripping. This still with cassette, but CDs was out. And what Swift would do is make the beats for all the shit that we thinking about using. He'll put them on a CD for me. I would take it back to the crib with the double cassettes and shit, and I would play the beat on the CD part. And they got it some kind of way where you can record yourself while the motherfuckers are trying to sing and shit, and you know, and all that. You know, the motherfuckers and shit. But they basically made it so where whatever I was kicking it to the machine and everything, it would sound like the studio to me. But really, I did 2.5 albums on the karaoke machine is the point, I guess. I used to record it, then I put it in my car, and then, you know, that would let me know if I should take it to the studio, I guess. Anyway.
Since you've been on lockdown, what have you learned about yourself?
Well, shit, I learned that, actually, man, that's what this whole thing has been for me. Like, to tell you the truth and everything, I don't know if this is going to really throw some people off and everything. But I mean, it's a well-known. I'm in the group, The Alkaholiks. I've been there 20 years, doing the exact same shit, partying like a motherfucker, doing all kinds of God knows what and shit. You know what I'm saying, over these years. And you know, this quarantine, I did a kind of like I did a self-evaluation, I guess I'm gonna call it. You know, and I just realized I drank too much. So what I did was, you know, my girl and people around me and everything, they was telling me like, yeah, man, you getting too old for that shit and everything. So I just really detoxed it, and I got in touch with a counselor and everything and this and that to, you know, it gets to be an addiction. You don't even know it and stuff like that. And, you know, I wasn't doing shit like going to jail every weekend and wrecking cars and stealing shit and, you know, nothing like that. But when you get to be, you know, you've been around the block enough times, it's time to, you know what I'm saying, to do something else. And that's what I want to bring up too, is that branching off of that, I'm gonna still make my music. I don't give a fuck how old I am and shit. I don't give a fuck how many grades pop up my chin and none of that shit. I'm gonna rap until God tell me it's time to quit or until I stop making money at this shit, you know. Till then, can't nobody tell me shit. But I'm gonna do this album. Actually, I don't know if y'all can see this and everything, but you know, the Licks, man, we formed this. Well, actually, we linked up the 237 Kings and everything. We created this right here, this brand. And hold on, this shit falling off the table and shit. Can y'all see that? But anyway, we're gonna start a 2020 at the Smokeaholics this year to give it like a branch off of the Alkaholiks. So we still got our liquid crew, we still got our, you know what I'm saying, our alcoholic loyal following and everything. We still come with lick records too, man. And we're gonna knock them dead and shit. But the Smokeaholiks is, you know, we a little bit, you know, growner now and everything. So we're gonna do this the shit we used to do. I'm gonna leave it at that. But you know, we just, you know, we growing up. So another thing too, we you know, we own a part of the company. So if everybody want to check in and everything, go to Smokeaholiks, go to @Smokeaholiks, you know, and check us out and everything. We just started the website not too long ago, so it ain't a lot of people in there. We went to this quarantine thing, went over, and we're gonna throw the parties in every city. And I'm coming with an album to match the weed that we about to sell y'all, man. So, you know, I ain't got the title of it yet, but I'm about 9 songs deep. J-Ron Swift kind of gave me the creative green light to, you know, put my go on it and shit. So I've been reaching out to a lot of top name motherfuckers that I've supported over the years, and I rapped on their shit, you know what I'm saying? So I hope they, you know, just hope they show the love back and, you know what I'm saying, and fuck with me this time. But look for some music by the Smokeaholiks, look for the merch by the Smokeaholiks. We got all this shit. We got all kinds of shit around here, man. But yeah, I'm excited about that. As soon as the quarantine is up, y'all gonna see what it. I already smoked all this. Okay. Y'all gonna see what it is, though, man.
Did you guys have a lot of tours booked and had to cancel because of the quarantine?
Yeah, man. We actually had 2. I had a solo one jumping off and shit, and that was one. And then I talked to Izai, that's the Licks road manager and everything, and he said he had something going with me and Gonzo. Me and Gonzo supposed to hit the road, and you know, fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but 2 of them got canceled. But we got shit for the summer that's still on, I guess. I mean, I don't know, because they said they shutting down the whole industry until the first, they said. But
is that right? First of the year? Next year?
Yeah. Before I forget, shout out Ducks and Smoky Town too. And Michelle.
What kind of preparations are you making in the future just in case this quarantine and this coronavirus comes back again?
You said what kind of what?
What kind of preparations are you making in the meantime, just in case it comes back, a second wave comes back later on this year?
I mean, with this whole coronavirus, it kind of drives me crazy because people like, so I was doing an interview like this a couple of days ago and shit, but the whole thing is that half the people on the fence. But what I'm saying is, while the shit is cracking right now, people losing, you know, loved ones and shit like that. What's wrong with the philosophy, be safe than sorry? I mean, rather be safe than sorry, whatever the saying is. And just, you know, you don't know what's going on. So some people was like, this is all bullshit. This is political shit. It's Donald Trump with his hand up your ass again and all this and everything and all this shit. But then in the same breath, they don't know what it, you know, it's invisible and you don't have to have symptoms and all this shit. So I say just everybody stay your ass home for at least a month, man. Just one more month, we can tough it out and we'll see where things fall. But the more people go out and act like it ain't shit, that's when, you know, you see the numbers go up and all that stuff and everything. So, you know, just I'm advising everybody just stay home and keep it close, you know.
Cool. Well, let's get into a little history before we get out of here. We got about 45 minutes. Tell us about where you were born and raised at.
I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, and I lived there till about 12 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old. Moved to Cali, you know what I'm saying? I never went to the same school twice. That's why when people they always ask me about, like, I have no clue. Like, I know a lot of gang members and people that, you know, just, I grew up with all that shit and everything. Like I grew up with a lot of people, and it was like, people wonder why, like, how come, you know, you get along with everybody? How come you this? Because I tell them, I say, I never went to the same school twice, California, Columbus, anywhere. So I got to know a lot of people, and I circulated around, and, you know, just, I got homies from everywhere. I mean, all parts of the earth, you know what I'm saying? I used to live in Memphis, Tennessee. Some people know, people don't, but my mom used to work for Al Green, the R&B singer. So some of my life was child schooling, homeschooling, I mean, and I was on the road with Al Green, and his son's like one of my best friends. We used to call him Poopy. He hates that shit nowadays and everything, but his name is Norman. But Al Green was a big part of my life, in my childhood and everything. You know, I was there when he caught the grits and everything. When he let him put the grits on him, I was in the house next door.
Oh, word.
And all that shit. Yeah, I got pictures. I visited him in the hospital, and
oh, wow,
all this shit. He got the skin grafts on his back, so I'm standing next to him, but he's flipped upside down like a pancake and shit, hanging in the air because they burned all the skin off his back and all this shit. It was a trip, man.
That's crazy. Take us back to a day in the life of Tash before music.
Man, I was in this football, man. I thought I was gonna be big shit, but like, if you look at my pictures when I was in whatever schools I was in, I was a toothpick in high school, man. I was skinny to them motherfucker. And then, you know, once I hit that 18 and everything, I realized though, man, early on, I wasn't cut for the football shit. You know what I'm saying? But I played on a lot of teams, but I won college and pro and all that shit. That's how I ended up on that microphone. Because I go to, you know, like back in the days and shit. I know you didn't even ask me this shit. We just got time to talk and shit. Sure. I used to be like when everybody was into like breakdancing and gangbanging and this and that and blah, 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 and whatever you was into. Some niggas was skateboarding and some niggas was grooving and all this other shit. But I was always the motherfucker that had the big ass box, like the L Cool J, the big ass radio and everything. I used to be the motherfucker that show up with that and have all the beats from the radio that I taped on Friday night and all the Houdini and all. I used to have this shit watching them break dance and watching them pop and watching them do this and that. And when I went home, the party went home. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how I got into hip hop.
What were some of your earlier musical influences at this time?
You said what?
Your early musical influences.
Other than Al Green?
Yeah.
Shit. You mean hip hop influences? I mean, I listen to everything that everybody else did. I listen to like one of my favorite albums is Street Song. I mean, it's Rick James' album. I used to listen to Roger, Zapp, Cameo. I mean, it was inevitable. Kind of you grew up. I grew up on the funk. That's all I can say. Columbus, Ohio, is a funk city. You know, that's where a lot of funk that California get credit for. A lot of it's from Ohio and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I just love it. That's it.
So at this point, how did you get involved with making music?
How to get involved with it?
Yeah.
I don't know, because me and Swift, you know, we used to just run around and shout out to J-Ro and Swift, you know what I'm saying? Some alcoholics, my nigga. But I really just was like everybody else. I just liked the rappers that was out, Run DMC and shit, and L Cool J, and then like it was by the grace of God, right when I was getting into the shit, barely getting into the shit, we came across King T. And that was in the 80s and everything. And J-Ro, he got a long history with King T, and you know, King T used to be J-Ro's DJ, put it that way, and shit like that, you know. And you know, J-Ro brought me into that side and everything. It was with King T, and that just opened up a whole big ass can of new friends, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've known them since the 80s and everything. Shout out to Scotty D, and you know, I can name a lot of people that King T introduced me to, and you know, once I seen Tila pop in, because he was really like the first dude I ever seen physically pop off the shit. Like Tila had all that shit, gold cars, rims, you know what I'm saying, bitches, you know what I'm saying. He really made me want to rap. That's all. That's all I can say. He really influenced me. And I was a little bit younger than everybody So, you know.
Let's rewind a little bit. How did you link up with E Swift and then with J-Ro?
No, this is not vodka, motherfuckers. No. You said what?
Let's rewind just a little bit. How did you link up with E Swift?
With E Swift, we both from Ohio through cousins and shit, you know what I'm saying? And we think we cousins. I don't know, because we know whatever, but we linked up and you know, Swift was like people don't realize it, man. Swift taught himself how to do all that shit, like making beats and all that shit and recording himself, and like I can tell you some crazy ass stories about how we, like, I ain't gonna go into the long ass details, but we had to, like, we feel terrible to this. I mean, it helped out, but we felt terrible. Like, we did a straight robbery to get our first beat machine. Like, we ran into a store, they put the shit on the counter. We said, look, and they looked, and we snatched the shit and ran out and all this, and, you know, shit like that. But, you know, Swift he just always like the musical, like, he always been like that. Like, I trip off him. It seems like sitting around him, you know, all these years with him in the production, I'd have learned a lot of shit, but I ain't learned shit from him, man. I still just do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still do the rapping, he still do the beats and shit, but he self-taught like a motherfucker. Now he runs like a big-ass production company out here. He live in Vegas, too, and he run his production company that is big. He do shit like Celine Dion and all this shit.
You guys were a group before you met J-Ro, right?
Hey, shout out to my homeboy Basenji, too. I see you, Mr. Jackson. I ain't seen him in a long time. What's up with
you? Guys you and E Swift were a group before you got with J-Ro?
Yeah, that was my cousin. So we didn't have no group name, none of that shit. He did the beats. I did. It was kind of like Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, but it was just Tash and Swift. That's all they'd be like, who's them dudes over there? It's Tash. But really, how I really got started rapping on the real is that Swift was a popular DJ. And he used to DJ all these parties all over LA and in the Valley and LA, I want to say Florentine Gardens, all over the place and everything. And we were still like fresh out of high school. So I used to go with this motherfucker to go to the party. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really go to, but he was the DJ. So he get all the girls and he get all the this. I used to carry the motherfuckers crates and all this. And one day I just wrote a rap. I don't know what made me do it. And I wrote a rap and I asked him, and he was like, yeah, that shit dope, man. He said, you memorized that? Or something he said to me and everything. I said, look, next party you throw that motherfucking beat on her like by the Bismarck. I said, Bismarck, that one, and everything. He said, all right, I know what to do and everything. And he let me rock one time, and then I got a I got it popping. So since that happened, I just traveled with him. Like every party he did, they be like, who the light-skinned nigga with Swift did? And then the shit caught like wildfire, man. We was getting booked and shit and all kinds of shit. And Loud Records and everything. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. So how did you two end up in Cali?
You said what?
How did you and E Swift end up in Cali together?
Well, my situation, I could go into it, man, but I don't want to get into that. I'll just tell you it was a bad deal and it was terrible. But I'll just leave it like this. It was a drug deal, went bad, and my mom was in love with somebody and she went this way, and he went that. I mean, he went this way, and my mom went that way with him, and that's it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
can't give you no more info.
How'd you guys link up with J-Ro at this time?
I want to say Cousin Kev, my man, Cousin Kev. He shout out to Kevin Henderson. He's a weight trainer now in LA. That nigga swole like a motherfucker, but he bought. I don't know if he bought us the J-Ro, or I know Swift knew J-Ro before I did, and really technically when we first met, he was a rapper, I was a rapper, and Swift was a producer, and we just made a whole bunch of songs separate. Like I was doing my shit, he was doing his shit, and we did this one song. We looped who was it? We looped Roger Troutman. That's what it was. We looped Roger Troutman. I can't remember what, but the name of the song was called Grapevine. We looped Grapevine, and we did a demo together. Like we did a song called I Guess Funky, and we played it for King T and all these motherfuckers and all these different people and shit. And they was like, damn, you sound like this and he sound like that, but it sound dope together. You know, why don't y'all do more songs together and shit? And then we did a couple songs, and then people were like, man, y'all should just do a whole album and call it, you know, make a group and all that shit. And plus we was friends before this shit. Like when J-Ro was working on this shit, I was the biggest supporter. Like, man, you know, blow niggas so you can put me on and all this shit and everything. And then, you know, it is destiny, I guess. We just ended up never straying apart, I guess.
Most of the world remembers you from your debut on the Trifling album, King T. How did that come about?
That shit sucked for me, man. I wasn't on that song, but it was like what happened was this is another long ass story. I was living in LA and I was going back to. Let me make this quick and everything.
We're here to.
All right, I don't know who's tuning in. I don't shit. But anyway, I went back to visit my grandmother one summer, and I'm like 20 years old or something like that. I forgot what it was, and we weren't even alcoholics, and none of it. We was just a group called ESP. That was me and E Swift and I used to call him Kirk and everything, but his name is Born Allah Muslim. But anyway, like basically, what the hell was I just saying? I'm high as a motherfucker right now. I'm just on my own shit. That's what it's. I'm thinking of too much shit at one time.
It's trifling now.
Okay, this what happened. All right, we was making demos and everything, and Swift was a killer beat maker. And basically, what he did was he made we had demos and shit. Me and J-Wo was knocking them out, and we was hanging around with King T. So basically, I went back to Columbus, Ohio, to visit my grandmother, and I went out to this club, and it was this one dude, he was dope dealer and shit, and everybody was scared of him and all this shit, and whatever he didn't like about me, I didn't even know him, so he had no reason to and everything. But after the club, he just ran up on me, and we got into this big ass fight and all this shit, and I ended up going to jail for this pistol because the dude, the last thing he said was he was gonna kill me. That's the last thing he said, and I wasn't there for no bullshit. But when I left that night, he went to jail for the fight we just got in, and I that was one of my W's. You know what I'm saying? That was a dub right there because I beat him up and he was mad and all this shit and everything. I couldn't even fight that good. I don't know what happened. He must have been drunk or something. But anyway, that motherfucker, he was laid out and all this shit, and he told me he was gonna kill me. And when he said that, I asked around. I asked a couple of people. I was like, hey, man, what's up with this dude Terry? He said he gonna kill me. They was looking at me like, nigga, if he say he gonna kill you, then. And so I went got a strap and shit just in case, because I was staying with my grandmother, and I was like, man, I can't have that. This is real shit. And anyway, I was driving and got caught with the gun, and the gun that was sold to me that was supposed to be squeaky clean out the box and all this bullshit was took in a home invasion that they tried to pin me on. But I just had to prove that I was in LA when the home invasion went on, but I was in jail. So I missed the debut of King T's album because he liked this song called I Got It Bad that J-Wo, him and Swift did, that I didn't even get a chance to rap on. So King T took my spot, and then he took that record to Capitol Records, and they said they loved it. He said, I've got this group called the Alkaholiks, my homeboys and everything. And he said, I'm going to bring them along with me and everything. And the record label said, let's put that out as your first single. So if you notice on the video, I'm in the video, I'm the dude in the car wash suit, looking mad because I was like, I'm supposed to be on this shit. Right. But really when I was in there, I when I got out to jail and everything, because they was trying to give me a whole bunch of shit that I had to sit there until they approved. I wasn't even in Columbus at the time of this shit. And it was a process. But anyway, I got my freedom, got back to the West Coast, and it just took off. That song blew up, and I had to, do my obligations with the licks and everything. So we knocked out 21 and over. Been on the road since, you know what I'm saying?
So why not sign with Capitol? What made you guys go with Loud Records?
I think because Loud was more what we was talking about, because Loud was a grimy label, and back then that's what everybody was trying to be grimy and shit. Everybody was, we was trying to represent that underground to the fullest, you know what I'm saying? So we had some deals on the table, but it just seemed like Loud Records was more up our lane because they was more, and then on top of that, they said we had a New York sound and all this shit, which I kind of agree with, but I kind of was trying to say, like, it's just different than the shit that's out. It ain't really like we say LA every other bar, you know what I'm saying? So how we sound New York and all this shit, it used to fuck me up because I used to really try to rap like I'm from LA on purpose because everybody was saying I rap like I'm from New York. And I had a lot of partners in New York, but I didn't think I rap like them, though.
Take us back to some of those sessions, 21 and over. What's your favorite memory of making that album?
You said what?
Take us back to the sessions of 21 and over. What's some of your favorite memories of making that debut album?
Man, we had a ball. We had a motherfucking. The whole thing was that we were so excited just to be in a real studio and shit that we didn't first of all, we had all the shit ready to go. Like we already had them songs on a 4-track. You know what I'm saying? So all we had to do was just lay that shit again and just start twisting knives and playing with this shit. But we turned that shit into like some shit. We was inviting people up in waves and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a closet in the hallway that every time somebody went to the store and bought a 40, we would take it and we would like stack it like log cabins and shit. We would stack the 40s like that. And it got to be the point where by the end of the album and shit like that, we couldn't even open the door without the shit avalanching over and shit. That's like this high, like 6 feet. And, you know, it was just a party, man. We was smoking, we was drinking, it was girls, it was this, it was that. And we had a record deal and shit. It was like, we was just like kids in a candy store, man. Like,
did you know it?
That's about
did
it.
you think it was going to pop off like it did?
No, tell you the truth, no. Because the reason I say that is because we didn't like Loud. I'm gonna give Loud props and everything. Like Loud, they really started that street team shit. Shout out to my cousin Usman Sam in New York. They started that street team shit with a guerrilla shit. Like if you got a park, they put shit on every tree and they, you know, they got the vans with the sounds and they playing your shit, this and that. And at first, we weren't getting really no attention and everything. And then they started signing more people. Like Wu-Tang was like, I don't know if Wu-Tang was right after us or Mobb Deep. But once they did that, it kind of opened up that little thing. And it was like a can of worms. And then everybody that was signed, I think Exhibit came next. So that was 2 from the West Coast. And then Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, that was 2 more from the East Coast. And then, I mean, Big Pun came through, Dead Prez, Beat Nuts, all kinds. So it started being East and West Coast. And they just, you know, they started pushing it. So at first I was scared, though. I was like, man, they ain't gonna hear us nowhere except LA, man. Watch. And I don't know. Something happened.
You came out in such a great time, 1993. Can you take us back to your favorite tour lineup and a tour memory?
We always say this, man. The best tour I mean, they all fun, like the Snoops and the this and the that and that, but I mean, as far as just the raw hip hop where you ain't have to worry about nothing and shit, I would say we went on tour. We was lucky enough to go on tour with De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, us. It was some other groups and shit. It was so long ago. I'm trying to struggle to remember, but it was like, man, we got an opportunity to go through this one motherfucker in New York, and like I said, it was our first. And the first one with Wu-Tang, too. That was our promotional tour was fun as fuck. I got hella stories in my head of that one. But I think the Tribe Called Quest, it was kind of like we was like a big-ass show. We did a whole Warped Tour 3 years in a row, and it wasn't as fun because you got rock and roll motherfuckers that's into this, and you got this over here. I mean, it was great. The Warped Tours was great. But Tribe Called Quest tour was kind of like up our lane, kind of. And they was from New York. We was from the West Coast. We was the only group from the West Coast. And we just, we had a great time. The motherfuckers wouldn't even, we were so brand new, we told them we got a plug and we can go on the tour and open up for Tribe Called Quest, and they didn't want to give us no tour money. So what we did, we took our own money, we rented a Cadillac. It was 4 of us. It was Izzy, the manager, me, Swift, and J-Roll. We followed the motherfuckers' tour bus for the whole tour in a Cadillac.
Wow.
With luggage and shit stacked up to here. We in the middle trying to switch drivers and shit. We falling out the motherfucker. It's like, man. But we had a good ass time though. We had a hell of a time, man.
How did life change for Tash after the 21 and Over album dropped?
I mean, hey, what can I say? Like the money, man, because I knew how to get money in my own way before that, right? So I had this coming in, then I also had this coming in, and it just turned into just a whole bunch of buying a whole bunch of shit I don't need, and you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, regretting it down the line. That's all. But it was just a great time, man. Hip hop was at its peak. You know what I'm saying? I trip off hip hop. I just see the question too. My man Dre up in the Bay, he asked me a question, but it popped on Dre and it popped off. He said, retext me the question, bro, because it popped on and then it popped off, and I can't change it from here. All right, my bad. Somebody just asked me a question. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
Somebody just asked me a question.
Okay, I was trying to find it.
Nah, they text me on my phone and said it's on my.
So after 21 and Over drops, you're getting ready for your sophomore album. What are you guys doing? Did Loud, was that Loud's idea, or were you guys ready to record that album in a 2-year period?
The Liquidation album, you mean?
No, Coast to Coast.
Oh, coast to coast one? Yeah, because we had a momentum going because the whole thing was that everybody was stuck on gangster. If you're from LA, you have to rap a certain way. You can't rap like that, man. We ain't fucking with you if you rap with that wiggity bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what certain motherfuckers was saying. And then the street motherfuckers that was fucking with us, they was looking at King T like, who is these niggas? You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of love from just hella gangsters and all kinds of just hood motherfuckers because, you know, we could rap. We was representing the city right. We went out there, you know, bullshitting with it and everything. And, you know, it turned into a new lane because after us came a lot of, like, if you really peep our crew, Liquid Crew, I looked at it the other day, and if you really peep, you know, from the exhibits to the, you know, the King T, we really ain't had no failures. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's popping. The Far Right's popping right now. What can I say? You got Stylistic Jones with a new video yesterday that was killer. I'm over here watching this video. I did this video. I ain't no video. I'm tripping. It was on there. I got a new video coming out too. But like I was saying, I'm high as fuck again, man. What happened? you know, I'm telling you, man, don't say nope to dope and hug the drugs, man. That bright ass light ain't helping neither, man. I got the spotlight on me. My girl got the spotlight on me right now.
Right. In that time, you guys make the cover of Rap Pages. What was your thought? What was your thoughts when you saw that?
What is that? What is that right there? Oh yeah, yeah. That was by a famous painter too. I mean, that was Andy Warhol, I think, in the back.
Is that right?
Yeah. What was the question? I got it on speakerphone. And AC came on.
Your thoughts on receiving a front page of a national magazine?
I mean, it was coming, man. We did a lot of front pages overseas. That's why we was laughing at. We was making a killing overseas, man. Like people don't realize that. I mean, the rappers nowadays they do and everything, but it was like when you went overseas, man, they treat you like royal, like Michael Jackson coming up. You know what I'm saying? At the airport with the signs and shit, and just everything is carte blanche and stuff like that. But we did a lot of publications, Japan too. You know what I'm saying? Slept on, you know, and this and that, but. It was great because it was the what was bigger at the time, Source or the Rap Page? I mean, it's kind of like the same shit. It really ain't the same.
So Source was still strong, but Rap Pages was on their head. You know, Rap Pages had the better covers, I think.
Yeah, because I remember flying to go do that cover, and I was like, damn, they really into their shit. They was like, be on time, no bullshit. Da, da, da. I was like, okay, shit, they serious. Right. But yeah, man, little things like that, man, is you know, you holding that cover up. I probably haven't seen that cover in actually, you know what? I just saw it today because we're trying to get to. I got this shit called Smokeaholics. I'm gonna tell you about it in a second. But we're trying to find a retro picture to put into it because we got pre-rolls and everything. We pull out the card with the pre-rolls and everything. We was looking for a picture. Shout out to the Smokeaholics too, man. All the Smokeaholics out there. My boy Sky, my man, you know, Casey, Jason.
You guys go on to make Liquidation in '97. How was it working with the late great Old Dirty Bastard on that album?
You can see by the way I'm just laughing. As soon as you say that, man, that dude was a lot of fun, man. That dude was a lot of fun. I think probably out of the Wu-Tang, that's probably I got more experience with ODB than everybody. You know what I'm saying? But that was just a great motherfucker, man. It was like, you ain't gonna never meet, I don't give a fuck how long you live, you ain't gonna never meet another motherfucker like that, man. He just was the wild boy, man. He did whatever he wanted to, whenever he wanted to, however he wanted to, all that shit, man.
So, at the beginning of your guys' career, was it ever in the plans to release solo albums?
Nah, I wasn't even, nah.
So take us back to how, after Liquidation, you ended up recording Rap Life and getting a deal with the same label you were already on.
I don't know, man, because I think that, because realistically, I don't know if this was around the time that J-Ro was going back and forth to Europe, but he had officially moved over there. Because people don't realize a big gap out of the Alkaholiks history. J-Ro lived overseas for 7 years, and technology wasn't that great, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, you know, we missed out on or nothing, but he was living his life and I was living mine. So I just a lot of people told me though, they was like, man, because a a lot of people like a lot of people make solo albums even though they're not leaving a group. You know what I'm saying? Like when Busta Rhymes split, he split. You know what I'm saying? He said peace. When Dre split, he split. You know, when this person split, they split. But it was more like, let me do my thing real quick. Kind of like a Method Man did and everybody else did from Wu-Tang. It's kind of like that.
So at this time, what was your guys' relationship with, like, at Loud Records?
You mean with the company?
Yeah. Because
it was like a family up there. That's what we kind of signed with them for too, because everybody up there was young, and even Steve Ripken, you know, Steve had hair and shit back then and all this, and he all the whole staff was like hip hop motherfuckers, man. It wasn't no stiff. Like even the lawyers, Rich Isaacson, shout out Rich Isaacson and them, they was all corporate with it, but they was still, you know, they'd come to the parties and, you know, get drunk and all that shit, man. You know.
Were you pleased with how your debut solo album performed?
With the album or the sales? Which one?
Just were you pleased in general? Was there something maybe missing, like a producer that you wanted or a guest verse? Were you pleased with the overall, what you put out?
Nah, because at the time, I figured I was so into it then, I figured I was going to make more solo albums and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't tripping. I love that album, man, because that was the first time me and J-Bo came out first together, so I never really had to stand on my own, man. He was about a couple, you know, get with some creative people and, you know, knock down a verse. Then J-Bo come with a verse, I come with another whoop, and, you know, it was kind of simple, you know what I'm saying? But when you in there and they give you this money and they say, look, you better make some shit, man, and watch, you know, and that shit, that's when you like, oh shit, now all the pressure's on one person and shit. So, I mean, but the rapping is the easy part, is the getting people to, like, right now, please somebody call my phone and tell me how to get over 2,000 likes or hits. I suck at this internet shit. Did you see how long it took me? I was trying since 5 o'clock to get on this motherfucker, but I'm just, all my homeboys that's tuning in right now, they know what I can't do. I'm not good with the computers.
You guys went on to release XO Experience, Firewater, and another joint. Is there any works with the new Alkaholiks album?
Yeah, we definitely will. What I'm gonna do, since I'm already, like I said, like 8 or 9 songs deep in it, I'm gonna drop this Smokeaholics. It's really gonna be like a soundtrack to the weed. You know what I'm saying? To the cannabis products that we gonna be releasing and shit. It's like, you know, I'm reaching out to all these people, and I still talk to a lot of people and stuff. I'm still trying to, like, one of the biggest, like, I've been hearing it for years. Like, I've been homeboys. I probably met Redman probably like 92, 93, like right when we first came out and shit like that. Been a homie since. He just had a birthday. Shout out to Redman. But we partied a lot. We did a lot of shit. We've been around a lot of atmospheres, and we never even thought about making a song. Like, it never even came up. But if I think about it in my head, that's all I've been getting since 93 is, man, you need to do a song with Reggie, man. And, you know, we just never, my man Doc Weezy, see, I can't, when somebody texts me, the screen clicks off to y'all, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm a poly that, because I talked to him and shit, like we reached out and shit, but this might be the time to, you know, quarantined up, to knock one out. Well, shout out to my man Casual too. He got a Big Head Science album coming out. I think not tomorrow's the 1st. I gave him a shout out on this thing. Check out Casual.
What about any more solo projects? What do you got coming up?
Definitely. I'm gonna drop this EP that I could drop it right now, but I want to revamp a lot of stuff because times changes. It's different shit to talk about now. But I was gonna drop this EP called Raps on Tap. You know what I'm saying? And I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's some Tash shit if you into me. I'm just trying to get more popular out here, man, because I'm really be in my own world and my own shit. But you can't really get over on rap like that. If you just, you know, I stay in my own, you'll never see me doing shit like this, really.
Right.
And hey, I like to, but it ain't laziness. I just don't get invited to a lot of shit. Like, I don't know why. Shit. You know, we just chopping.
Yeah, you one of the dopest MCs out. So, I mean, I don't know why either. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, if anybody want to tap and yap like we doing right now, shout me out, motherfucker. Shit. Hit me in the DM or whatever you want to do, man. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
We got about 15 minutes before we get out of here. I got a couple fan questions for you.
All right.
Why did there never become a Liquid Crew album? Why was there never a Liquid Crew album come out?
I said, I don't know. You know what? I think we tried to do one time, but then you got to realize that everybody, like the Loop Pack, you know what I'm saying? Mad Lib, everybody was taking off. The 4 Hour was taking off. The Zibba was going crazy on them. Feel the Agony. Stylistic Jones. All these different, because it was a bunch of waves of people that was fucking with us, but everybody popped. You know what I'm saying? No failures, no this and that, and everybody. I don't know. Tell you the truth, I'm just making up shit now. I have no clue what we did. We did some songs. I remember that shit, and I rapped on everybody's album. Shout out to the Dilated Peoples. I seen Rocker Evidence, and somebody hit me and said, "What's up?" But
what's up, Thurston Howe? I see you in here.
Is that my main man? It's Thurston. That's another dope motherfucker. That's another motherfucker. Like Thurston Howe, people don't realize, man, that me and Thurston go back, man. We shot videos at his grandma's crib and shit, and I'll tell y'all what, Thurston have a popping out there in Miami. He be out there popping. I'll tell you that.
No doubt.
What's up, my nigga?
I got another question for you from Ultramax7. He wants to know what's up with that Beat Nuts, Alcoholic Lick Nuts album.
Man, we've been talking about the same shit for like 7 years. Actually, you know what? I just cleared it up. Damn. 2 days ago, I just talked to my man Goblin. He in New York. He in New York. He in Long Island, Queens. I didn't even know there was there's a Long Island, Queens out there. But he basically we gonna get this out here because we already did the album. Like now, I want to revamp that too because we did it so long ago. I don't know why I'm telling y'all this because if y'all didn't hear it, it's dope as fuck. I just heard it with Psycho Les when I was in New York. And it could come out right now or we can go back in and revamp it one last time and then put it out. But people just procrastinating, you know what I'm saying? That's it. I ain't even got it. I ain't got a copy of it to sell bootleg or nothing. I got shit. And I just told Goblin to send me some shit. He still ain't sent it. So I don't know what's up with that. But we got an album. We definitely have an album done. We got Thursday. My man Jack, Loop Pack right there. While we shouting out the Liquid Crew, that's the man right there.
Yeah.
Shout out Miles Brown. That's the guy that's on that's a young man on Blackish. And Jack from the Loop Pack, that's his pops. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the Liquid Crew don't fail at nothing, man. Everybody's doing good. I would take you for a tour around my mansion, but
hey,
I ain't got one yet. So I got one. So we over here in the I live in Summerlin. I live in a nice spot, man. So this quarantine ain't really been that bad. It's like a nice ass house arrest to me. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't funny to the people that's on house arrest. But it's like a nice ass house arrest.
Cool. Can you tell your fans what you got coming up next?
Yeah, I got some of this shit coming up next, man.
Where can they get that at?
Nah. As soon as this quarantine is up, we everywhere. And I want to shout out real quick before we get off this motherfucker. I got to shout out everybody. I'm not gonna sit here and explain it. Just go to @Live Victorious, man. You're gonna see the clothes company that I've been telling y'all about that I'm definitely got a lot to do with. You know what I'm saying? With this type of shit and just fly shit. I mean that's just a hat, but we got fly apparel and everything. Just check it out and tell me what you think. You know what I'm saying? As far as my music goes, I just did a song with Razzcast yesterday. I got this little I got this, like I said, I got this little app that's like a home studio. So basically I got to see, I can't even see hey, what's up, Snaggle Puss? What's up, baby? That's my homeboy Snag from New York. That's a real nigga too. Liquid Crew. He's just close to being Liquid Crew, but he went home. He went back to the Bronx.
Yeah, he was.
But
he was out on the West Coast for a minute, wasn't he?
Yeah, hanging with us, Liquid Crew. Yeah.
He was a
fixture. He was a fixture. That's a cool motherfucker. Snag is a good motherfucker too, because I seen him in some situations. He handled himself like he, you know what I'm saying? That's a real stand up motherfucker, man.
Right. Tash,
he probably don't have a clue what I'm talking about, but what's up, my nigga?
Can you throw out your social media? Where can everybody find you at?
On Instagram, it's Tash of the Licks. No, it's Tash. See, that's what I fuck up all the time. It's Tash of the Alkaholiks, but it's spelled ALKAHOLIKS.
What about your product lineup that you're about to come out with? Where can they find that in the future?
Just go to at Smokeaholics for the you know, the cannabis products and everything, and for the gear, man. All my homeboys listening, please. If anybody out there listening, if this gets taped or we show it again, whatever the fuck, I'm fucking with y'all, man. Please fuck with me. Live Victorious, man. Go to at Live Victorious. Pick out some shit if you know me well and everything. Not every, you know how well you know me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? If not, then we take a donate. I mean, we selling it, but you're gonna see, man. It's gonna be a lot of things going on for my camp. This upcoming, I don't know what you call this shit, release and shit, release of people after the quarantine is what I'm trying to say.
Cool. As of right now, how do you feel about the state of hip hop?
It depends on where you at with it. I mean, shit, if you, because see, one thing about it is I like music, man, and I like music that makes people happier. You know what I'm saying? Unless we in that mood, you want to hear some gangster shit, but you know what I mean? I like all that shit. So with when I see people dancing and doing all this and this and that, it don't really, I'm not there to judge MC dope and all that shit and everything. I just like hearing it. If I hear something catchy, like they got some song out, I don't even know what it is, but they got some song where the girls is handing like it's like the female start rapping and then she go like this and she was like getting ready and then all of a sudden she's dressed up and all this shit. You ain't seen that?
Yeah. That
motherfucker, that video was hard to me. I was like, damn, I was tripping, I was high as a motherfucker watching it. I was like, damn. That's how they look before they put on the makeup. Then after the makeup, some of them never mind, man. It's a long story. But anyway, man, yeah, we got a lot of shit coming up, man.
Cool.
And there's a lot of people that I see and everything. Look at that, man, my sweetheart, my love of my life, my firstborn.
Who's that?
Tiana, that's my daughter right there.
Shout out to Tiana. She's
my college graduate. She was supposed to graduate this month, I believe, or May, I think.
No doubt.
They got my sweetheart Michelle. What's up with it?
Before we get out of here and before the quarantine is up, can you tell your viewers and your fans, leave a message for them?
Message, shit. Live victorious. That's the motto, man. We let's win. You know what I'm saying? The quarantine and everything, this is a temporary thing, so don't go crazy and do nothing stupid and blah blah blah. Just stay indoors and learn a new trade or read a book. Do so. I know you're tired of hearing that shit because you done ran out of books. This is what I advise everybody to do. Buy a motherfucking PlayStation. Nigga, buy a PlayStation, buy the game Madden, practice, and then holla at me, man. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's all I can really tell you. But God bless everybody, man. I'm really in the Lord right now, so God bless.
And Tash, I want to thank you for joining us tonight, giving me the opportunity. You've changed my life since '93, and I continue to be a big fan and a supporter. So I thank you for joining me tonight.
Hey man, appreciate you, man. Just you keeping my name relevant, man, because you know this gonna be my I think this is gonna be my 26th year in this game, man. So you know what I mean. To all the people out there that never heard my shit, shout out to my man Doc Weezy. I'm gonna throw this video. It's gonna be like a 4-part video. It's just gonna be me when I'm freestyling on the radio. A lot of songs that I did with people that y'all never heard before. A lot of videos and shit like this one. Oh, that ain't okay. That's another video. That ain't it. Okay, get that one. But I had it. But anyway, it's gonna be all that on there. But check it out. I'm gonna put it up on my page when it get to it. But it's like I did like 600 and something songs published. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit people ain't heard and everything. People don't realize that Kid Rock did a beat for me one day and I rapped on it with his artist, like Kid Rock.
Wow.
Kid Rock. I don't know why that shit just popped in my head. But that's what I meant by people don't know that I did shit with people. You know?
Well, cool. This is Quarantine Sessions, episode 12. I am the journalist and Seer. That is Tash. And we're signing off. I appreciate your time, Tash.
Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Holla at your frog.
Right.
Ribbit.
See you soon. Peace.